Did you know some of your favorite foods could actually be deadly? It sounds crazy, I know. We go to the grocery store, we pick up things we eat every single day, but some of them have a dark secret. Hidden inside these everyday items are compounds that, if not prepared correctly, can be incredibly dangerous. We're talking about things that could land you in the hospital, or even worse. It's absolutely insane to think that something you might have in your kitchen right now has the potential to be lethal. Some of these are considered delicacies, while others are common fruits and vegetables you probably wouldn't think twice about. Today, we're counting down 20 incredibly dangerous foods that people still eat. Wait until you see what's at number 1. I promise you, by the end of this video, you will look at your dinner plate in a completely different way. Kicking off our list at number 20 is one of the most famously dangerous foods in the world, fugu, or pufferfish. This isn't just a little bit dangerous. Eating this fish is like playing Russian roulette with your dinner. The liver, ovaries, and skin of the pufferfish contain a neurotoxin called tetrodotoxin, which is over 1,000 times more potent than cyanide. Coming in at number 19 is the national fruit of Jamaica, the ackee. This fruit looks harmless, almost like a pear with a reddish-yellow skin, but if you eat it at the wrong time, it can be fatal. The danger lies in its ripeness. Unripe ackee contains a poison called hypoglycin A, which prevents your body from releasing its stored glucose, causing your blood sugar to plummet to dangerously low levels. At number 18 we have a root vegetable that is a staple food for over 500 million people worldwide, cassava. But here's the terrifying part: if you prepare it incorrectly, this humble root vegetable can release pure cyanide. When the raw cassava is crushed, chewed, or cut, an enzyme is released that converts these compounds into deadly hydrogen cyanide gas. Number 17 on our list might surprise you because you've probably seen elderberry syrup or gummies sold as a health supplement. We're talking about elderberries. The leaves, twigs, roots, and most importantly, the unripe raw berries contain a substance called cyanogenic glycoside. The only way to neutralize the poison is through heat. Cooking the berries thoroughly breaks down the harmful compounds, making them safe and delicious to consume. Next up at number 16 is a plant often found in backyard gardens and delicious desserts, rhubarb. The bright red stalks are famously tart and are the star ingredient in pies, crumbles, and jams. But we are only ever supposed to eat the stalks. The big, leafy green tops of the rhubarb plant are a completely different story. Those leaves are highly toxic. They are packed with a nasty compound called oxalic acid, a corrosive substance that can be incredibly harmful if ingested. Number 15 is a food that is a staple in chili, salads, and stews all over the world: red kidney beans. They're cheap, nutritious, and packed with protein and fiber. They seem like one of the healthiest foods you can eat. But there is a massive catch. If you eat them raw or even just undercooked, red kidney beans are extremely toxic. They contain a specific type of lectin called phytohemagglutinin. This toxin can make you violently ill. Ingesting just 4 or 5 raw or improperly cooked kidney beans can be enough to cause severe food poisoning. At number 14 we have a common spice that you probably have in your kitchen cabinet right now: nutmeg. We sprinkle it on eggnog, bake it into pumpkin pie, and add it to creamy sauces for a warm, comforting flavor. In small amounts, it's a wonderful spice. But if you consume it in large quantities, nutmeg turns from a cozy spice into a powerful and dangerous hallucinogen. This isn't just a mild trip. It can be a terrifying and physically taxing experience that can last for days. Number 13 on our list is the evil twin of a popular nut bitter almonds. The almonds you buy at the store and snack on are sweet almonds, and they are perfectly healthy and delicious. But there is another variety, bitter almonds, that you will almost never find for sale, and for a very good reason. Raw bitter almonds are loaded with a chemical called amygdalin. When you eat them, this amygdalin breaks down into several compounds, including the far more sinister hydrogen cyanide. Eating just a handful of raw bitter almonds can be lethal for an adult, and for a child, it could take as few as 5 to 10. Coming in at number 12 is a beautiful, exotic fruit that's shaped like a star when you slice it, the star fruit, also known as carambola. It's sweet, it's sour, it's juicy, and it looks amazing as a garnish on desserts and drinks. For most people, it's a perfectly healthy and enjoyable treat. But for a specific group of people, eating even a small amount of this fruit can be a deadly mistake. Star fruit contains a substance that is a potent neurotoxin for anyone with kidney problems. The toxin builds up in the body and travels to the brain, causing a condition called starfruit intoxication. Number 11 is probably the most common food on this entire list, something millions of people eat every single day: the potato. French fries, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, it's a cornerstone of diets all over the world. How could something so common possibly be poisonous? Well, have you ever seen a potato that has started to turn green or sprout little eyes? That's not just a sign that it's getting old, it's a warning sign. Those green areas contain a toxic compound called solanine. Solanine is a natural pesticide that the potato plant produces to protect itself from insects and diseases. We're at the halfway point with number 10, and it's a classic forager's nightmare: mushrooms. There are thousands of species of mushrooms, and while many are delicious culinary delights like portobello, shiitake, or cremini, others are literal agents of death hiding in plain sight. Take the death cap mushroom for example. It's responsible for the majority of fatal mushroom poisonings worldwide. The terrifying thing is that it reportedly tastes perfectly pleasant, and doesn't cause any symptoms for 6 to 24 hours. Number 9 is a nut that many of us love for its creamy texture and sweet flavor: the cashew. We eat them roasted, salted in butters, and in vegan cheese sauces. But have you ever wondered why you never, ever see raw cashews for sale in the shell? There's a very good reason for that. Truly raw cashews straight from the plant are encased in a double-layered shell that is filled with a toxic, caustic oil. This oil contains a compound called urushiol, which is the exact same chemical irritant found in poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. Coming in at number 8 is a sweet, summery fruit that everyone loves: cherries. Whether they're in a pie, on top of a sundae, or just eaten fresh from a bowl, cherries are a delicious treat. The fleshy part of the fruit is perfectly safe and wonderful. The danger, as with many fruits on this list, is hidden inside. The hard pit, or stone in the middle of every cherry, contains chemical compounds, specifically amygdalin, that your body can metabolize into, you guessed it, hydrogen cyanide. Number 7 is perhaps the most iconic fruit of all, the one that supposedly keeps the doctor away: the apple. We eat them whole, slice them up for snacks, bake them into pies, and press them into cider. Apples are a symbol of health and wholesomeness. But just like their stone fruit cousins, the cherry's apples are hiding a toxic secret right in their core. The small, dark seeds in the center of every apple contain amygdalin, the same compound that can release cyanide when metabolized. At number 6 we have another bean that needs to be treated with caution: lima beans, also known as butter beans. Like red kidney beans, these are a common and nutritious legume. But also like kidney beans, they have a dark secret. Raw lima beans contain a cyanogenic glycoside called linamarin. When the raw bean is consumed, an enzyme in your gut can break down the linamarin and release, you've probably figured it out by now, hydrogen cyanide. To make them safe, dried lima beans must be soaked for several hours and then boiled for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Cracking our top 5 is a fruit that we often treat as a vegetable: the tomato. It's in everything from salads and sandwiches to pasta sauce and ketchup. It's hard to imagine modern cuisine without it. The ripe, red fruit itself is delicious and perfectly healthy. The danger, however, lies in the rest of the plant. The leaves, stems, and vines of the tomato plant, as well as unripe green tomatoes, contain a toxic alkaloid called tomatine. At number 4, we have the king of fruits, a tropical delight loved all over the world: the mango. The sweet, juicy orange flesh is one of the most delicious things on the planet. But the mango has a surprising connection to a plant that many of us try to avoid at all costs. The skin, leaves, and stem of the mango tree contain urushiol, the very same oily irritant found in poison ivy. For people who are sensitive to poison ivy, handling or eating the skin of a mango can cause a significant allergic reaction. Number 3 is not poisonous in the chemical sense, but it is actually one of the most dangerous foods in America for a different reason. We're talking about the classic, all-American hot dog. Whether you're at a barbecue or a baseball game, hot dogs are everywhere. But this simple food poses a massive and often overlooked deadly risk: choking. In fact, according to pediatricians and safety experts, hot dogs are the #1 food-related choking hazard for children under the age of 3. To make them safer, you should slice them lengthwise first, and then cut those long strips into small, irregular, almost confetti-like pieces. Our runner-up for the most dangerous food is a Korean delicacy that, well, fights back. At number 2 we have sanakji, which is live octopus. And I mean literally live. The danger isn't from poison but from the octopus itself. The suction cups on the tentacles retain their gripping power even after the octopus has been dismembered. If you don't chew the pieces thoroughly, These active suction cups can latch onto the inside of your mouth and throat as you try to swallow, creating a seal and completely blocking your airway. And here it is, the #1 most poisonous food that people still eat. This one is truly terrifying. It's an Egyptian celebratory dish called faisik. Faisik is a traditional meal eaten during the spring festival of Sham el-Nassim. Improper preparation creates the perfect environment for the bacteria Clostridium botulinum to thrive. This bacteria produces the neurotoxin that causes botulism. Botulinum toxin is so deadly that a single gram of the crystalline form is enough to kill over 1 million people. It attacks the nervous system, causing muscle paralysis. Symptoms start with blurred vision and difficulty swallowing and speaking, and rapidly progress to full-body paralysis, including the respiratory muscles. Every single year, the Egyptian Ministry of Health issues public warnings, urging people not to eat faisik, or at least to only buy it from licensed, reputable vendors. Despite these warnings, every year, there are dozens of cases of botulism poisoning linked to improperly prepared faisik, with some cases being fatal. And that's our list of 20 dangerous foods that people actually eat. It is absolutely mind-blowing to see the risks people are willing to take, whether it's for a traditional celebration, a culinary thrill, or just because they don't know the hidden dangers in their own kitchen. It really makes you think twice about what's on your plate and the incredible knowledge and care that goes into making our food safe every single day. I hope this video was not only shocking, but also informative. The point isn't to make you afraid of food, but to have a bigger appreciation for food safety and the amazing science behind it. Whether it's cooking beans properly or just cutting the green bits off a potato, a little bit of knowledge can go a long way in keeping you safe. I honestly will never look at a cashew or a mango the same way again after learning about their connection to poison ivy. It's just insane. Thank you all so much for watching. If you found this list shocking, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. Let me know in the comments which food on this list shocked you the most. Was it the live octopus, the pufferfish, or something you have in your own kitchen? Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.